Jonathan Longer, and today I'm going to be discussing Newton's first and second laws. Focus please up here. Okay. Newton's laws, the first law is what we call the law of inertia. And that's where a net or unbalanced force can only cause acceleration. When things are in what we would call equilibrium, there is no net force or net movement. And then the second law I'll discuss, Newton's second law says that force is equal to the mass times acceleration. Okay. And the first law, for example, look at the fireplace here. If I exert a force on this, because there is no net force and no net movement, that means the force exerted by myself on the fireplace is equal to the fireplace's force exerted on me. That's example of the first law, because there's no movement. Here's a baseball that my wife and I got in Florida. This baseball, if I push it here, there's actually a net movement, a net force being applied to the baseball. Therefore, if the ball were coming here and it stopped, we would have equilibrium. There would be no net force. If the ball hit my hand and moved it backward, there would actually be a net force causing a movement upon myself exerted by the baseball. But we don't have that. So, if it's in equilibrium, it's static. These are called the laws of inertia. Now the second law states that the force is equal to the mass times the acceleration. The mass of the baseball, if I drop it, the acceleration of gravity creates a force exerted on the floor. The force would be equivalent to whatever the mass of the baseball is times 9.8 times meters per second squared, which is what the constant is for the acceleration. And that concludes my presentation of Newton's laws.